Taking some deep breaths as we do while we gather together. Letting go of the weight of the day, of the moment, of this time. Connecting deeper with your true essence. Through the breath, we connect with spirit, we connect with ourselves, with our bodies. And perhaps we remember who we are from that place, beyond the stuff, beyond the noise, beyond the fears. And so feeling your heart, my invitation is for you to feel your heart in this moment, really placing your hand on your heart or on your body and really connecting with yourself. Maybe feeling disconnected from yourself, from others. And so using this opportunity to ground. Welcome, Brendan. So squeezing the shoulders and just feeling, maybe tapping the head, tapping the scalp, awakening, connecting, tapping into all those channels, those points that begin in the crown of the head and move through the body all the way down to the feet. So relaxing the forehead and the eyes and the jaw that holds tension either at night when you're sleeping or throughout the day. It holds lots of stress. So breathing with me here, opening, even shaking like you're flicking honey off your fingertips and moving the shoulders, head from side to side, inhale, exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together, connecting with your belly and the back and your legs, and feeling all of you here, maybe more of you here. So today what was coming in really strongly was to really connect with ourselves, and this time being this Thanksgiving time, whatever that means to you, and during this COVID time where maybe or perhaps you haven't seen your family, perhaps there's fear of seeing others and gathering together at Thanksgiving. There's been orders with the government and with the local government, and so during this time, really connecting with your heart is the strong invitation, regardless of whether you're spending Thanksgiving without the physical presence of others. And I'm also feeling the importance of feeling it all, like feeling, like noticing what arises, the sadness or the disconnect or the confusion of if we connect, is something going to happen? There's the fear underlying, the underbelly of all of it is the fear. So connecting with all of it, connecting with your truth, with the fear, and inviting you to take some deep breaths into all of it, to move past the resistance of connecting deeper with yourself, the resistance of connecting deeper with that natural essence, different dimensions of who you are, the different ways in which you connect. And also including the emotional body. If you're feeling all that you're feeling, breathe into it. Breathe right into the heart of it. Breathe in the pain, breathe in the suffering, breathe in whatever it is that's here in this moment. It's a part of you that is in the moment coming up to be released, because it's not you. You're not the pain. You're not the fear. You're not alone. You're not the angry one. This is all the stuff that's in the way. And so the more we avoid, the more we bypass around it, the more we're avoiding that true inner freedom, that connection with God, with Spirit, connection with creation, connection with those unknown parts that you can only imagine on the other side of all that pain, if there's pain, on the other side. And sometimes you're just a few breaths away. So tuning in where you're at in this moment, and just breathe with me one moment at a time, just connecting with the breath one moment at a time, one moment, taking it day by day, moment by moment. It's really not even day by day anymore, it's moment by moment. Things are shifting so quickly. And so during this Thanksgiving time, it is, regardless of what mythology you celebrate. For me, I'm talking about the coming together of self and having that time of reflection, that inner reflection, whether you have people at your table or not, gathering with you, family and friends, and having the memories of the love and the joy of experiencing, or perhaps there's sadness and isolation and aloneness, wherever you are on that spectrum of these holidays. We are really being called to go deeper within ourselves, that this Thanksgiving time is the beginning. I mean, it's been happening, but this portal of going deeper into the spiral of winter time, of going like bears hibernating, going into the labyrinth of our psyche, of our stillness. You know, winter, it's cold in most places, or a lot of places, not most places. You know, there's the season of summer where it's very, there's yang, very outward energy. The fall, we're kind of going into that transition. The winter is the invitation to go deeper within. Stillness, meditation, contemplation, reflection, slowing down. So regardless of how you're spending your holidays, your Thanksgiving, I invite you to reflect deeper within yourself, go within, spend the time out in nature, honoring the custodians of the land, the Native Americans, the ancestors that lived here before us, spending time in nature, walking, sitting, closing the eyes. There's so much that could happen simply by closing your eyes and noticing in the feeling of that inward gaze. Close your eyes and there's an inner sight, like an inner flashlight. And imagine that flashlight going deeper and deeper and deeper within your body, your soul, into your heart. And breathing and feeling like you're going spelunking down into the cave, the deep cavernous part of you. Breathing here that nobody can take this away from you. This is the deepest medicine that you can provide for yourself during these times, is the stillness, breath, maybe some movement, listening to your body, releasing the emotions, the fears of all the unknown during these unprecedented times of shift and movement. One moment to the next, you're feeling like you're getting pulled in different directions. And having that discipline and practice of sitting, feeling and finding your center, your anchor, so that when everything around you is spinning, you can hold yourself in this authority of feeling grounded, and not even feeling it, being in your ground, feeling it, finding it, and being it. This is our natural state, to fully embody. When you hear the word embodiment, it's to fully feel yourself anchored into your body. And there might be practices that support you in embodying, but it's the embodiment of spirit. It's the co-creation, the coalescing of the spiritual energies. There's no workshop, there's no person or course, or there's no cap when we're talking about spirit. Like when we include spirit and spirituality, it is infinite, expansive, that it's not just a term, that is actual experience. And to experience that, sometimes we have to get really still, or you can also be in movement and going within yourself. But that dance of really listening and tuning in to what is in your highest. And it's not always going to be somebody else's highest. We are listening to what other people want for us, and we're getting pulled right and left and all over the place. And then we lose ourselves. We lose who we truly are, because we're listening outside of ourselves. We're listening to what's better for somebody else, or how things have been done for generations. So there's a lot of guilt and shame that can come up. There's a lot of that tug of war in the mind. More than ever, it's really time to come home to yourself. And when I say come home to yourself, it's unapologetically going deep within yourself, breathing, moving, and connecting with spirit in the only way that you can. It's a very unique journey. There's lots of pointers, lots of books and lots of people sharing, but it's simply, when people write books on spirituality, it's their experience, and we may receive nuggets of wisdom from that, and perhaps there's certain awakenings that happen within us. But it's a deep personal journey. And so my invitation for you is to get curious. And I know that there are certain keys. There's awareness. Are we aware of our emotions, our feelings? Are we aware how we communicate, how we engage in the world, how, when others are treating us or pulling at us or expecting something, are we able to find our center? What does that even look like, to find our center? Sometimes we may feel like tornadoes of energy. And so it is a coming home. It's a returning home to your heart, to your center. And with deep desire, with deep belief, with faith. Sometimes it takes, I've spent a few times on my hands and knees, just screaming at the top of my lungs, like, what do you want me to do? When it feels like you're cornered in life and things get really challenging, like beating the fist on the earth and screaming out into the abyss of the night. When all else fails, beat the earth and yell out to spirit, what do you want me to do? And tears and really having enough, like I've had enough. And sometimes that's when the grace of spirit, of God, of creation comes in. And it's not an expectation either, it's getting to the end. But we don't need to get to that point. It's really a daily, moment by moment, you're having awareness. How am I communicating? How am I, am I outside of myself? When I close my eyes, so even just noticing today, when you close your eyes, feeling yourself, sensing, maybe placing your hands on your body and sensing, feeling yourself. Am I here? Oh wow, I've been operating up here most of the day. Can you drop in a little deeper? Feeling your feet. And then what happens when you open your eyes and you start communicating with people? Do you merge with them? Or can you stay here, let them have their experience and their emotions, and can you breathe and let them have their, just observe and be and engage by being here? That there's no merging into anyone and taking on people's emotions or experiences, because they're not yours. But it's so easy to take on others, especially when we start to awaken and we start to feel and connect, and then it gets messy. So staying in your center, noticing when you open your eyes, can you breathe and still connect with others while maintaining, your ground, your center. And otherwise you just start over, and you're kind and gentle when you make a mistake and you're like, oh, I did it again. It's like, well, just keep breathing, coming back. And it's a process. And then slowly, we start adding, that awareness, and we become more aware. Then that's when that's when we shift. That's when things start to shift. And then we have practices. I'm going to sit, I'm going to sit down in nature. I'm going to sit with the ocean. I'm going to sit by a river. I'm going to sit outside, listen to the birds, and be with myself. This is a time of being. We're going into the labyrinth of winter. We're at the eve of Thanksgiving, and there's several different mythologies. We're not going to get into any of that, what's right or wrong. And right now it's just the unearthing of the history of like what really happened, and can we hold all of it? Can we hold the truth of what happened without judgment and getting angry? I mean, we can, and can we hold the anger and the love and all of it and all these mythologies? Or are we going to make everything wrong? We're at a time where everything is breaking down. Everything is getting unearthed. There's beauty in the breakdown. There's really beauty in the breakdown. And if we can trust and find our connection with spirit, we can find our connection with ourselves when everything else is a tornado, finding that being that eye, being the, like you're this warrioress in the middle, and you're walking and you're moving through the world, and nothing can penetrate you. Nothing can take you off your center. And if you do, you fall down, just like a toddler learning how to walk, and you get up again and you're like, okay, breathe, I'm okay, I'm ready for life, and you go out and engage. Yes. So breathing is really important. I know it seems very elemental, very basic, but when we bring in intention, so we have presence, we have awareness, and we bring in the intention of mindful breathing, connecting with ourselves, then things start to shift. They really do. And I'm going to repeat it again. Just get still. Get quiet. Close your eyes. Yes. Yes, thank you for the confirmations out there thank you so much for joining. So let's go into a meditation in honor of this time and practice this stillness and be in the stillness together. So if you're at a place where you can close your eyes, doing so. And it's so powerful to sit together, isn't it? We can sit alone, but if we're doing this together right now, we begin to build a portal. There's one portal, like I'm my own portal, and each one of you is a portal, that you have that unique connection with spirit, with the earth, and in your body, and how you express your heart. So when we all sit together and we start to build, and this is what we do in the groups that I'm facilitating in the evening through Zoom now, it's you can start feeling, it's like on Mondays now, I can feel that energy field. We've been gathering for 9 months during this time, and it's almost like its own entity, this benevolent energy that is here. And when more and more people start sitting together with intention, then that's the tipping point. That's when the light, it's like Star Wars, it's like the force is strong when we're all connecting with our hearts and with intention, with stillness, to be able to, within the darkness, within being in the cave, to still feel that connection, like being in the womb of creation and still feeling that connection with spirit. So closing the eyes here and breathing, noticing, being aware of your body. With every exhalation, releasing a chunk of more energy that perhaps doesn't serve you. Moving the shoulders, feeling the sits bones, feeling your spine like the channel of light, a conduit of light energy, opening from the crown, anchoring through your spinal column and connecting and deeply rooting you into the earth, palms up to receive the divinity that is here for you in the moment. And feeling in my heart, this Thanksgiving, for me, it's about the unification of my heart, feeling all that I'm feeling, and offering thanks and gratitude. Great Spirit, Divine Mother, the angels, guides, on all the benevolent beings, the light beings, the beings of light that are here on the planet. Thank you for this day. Thank you for my life. I offer you gratitude. And for me, sometimes I pull my hair because it's part of ancestors, throw it onto the earth, or if I have cornmeal, and throw it onto the earth as an offering, a giveaway to the earth and something physical to the ancestors. So thanking in the spirit of gratitude. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my healthy body. Thank you for my connection with spirit. Thank you for this beautiful earth. Thank you for walking with others on this beautiful earth. Thank you for the animals. Thank you for all the elements. Thank you for food and nourishment. Thank you that the earth provides for us here, shelter, food, and all. Thank you for the connection of my heart, connecting with others. Thank you for my family, my friends. Thank you for strangers that I meet during the day. I'm thanking this world, this planet Earth that we live upon. Thank you for this moment to connect here in this moment, and the string of other moments throughout the day. Thank you for this reminder of the sunrise over the mountain, over the desert, and that it's a new beginning, and that my day is its own day. It's a fresh new day, and in the evening it's the deathing of the day, so that I may not look back on today or yesterday, that I continue to birth myself with the day, live my day, and death my day all in one, not living with the attachments or the expectations, and simply being kind and gentle throughout the day, my life. And after offering thanks and gratitude, come in with the prayers. I pray for the unification on the planet. I pray that during this time of separation that we remember that we are actually connected and that we are so supported and that we're so loved by spirit, by creation, that all of us here are living our lives to the best of our ability, and that we are living our lives for the future as well, for the evolution of this planet. I pray that people awaken and do their own work, that doing their own work in their life is enough. If each person does their work, then that is supporting in the future, and our children and our children's children, 7 generations behind and in front of us. I pray that people may not know hunger. I pray for the end of child abuse. I pray for our elders that they may die with peace, knowing that they are loved. I pray for this day and this moment, and that all feel the ripple of us connected here, connecting, that people's hearts awaken. And I pray that I continue to do this work in a kind and humble and gentle way. Thank you to all the unseen. Thank you to the ancestors. Thank you to the custodians of this land that I sit upon, and all those people before us, the natives of this land, that we may remember how to return to Mother Earth and connect with the ways of the ancient ones and the custodians of our lands. Thank you. May each and every one of you have a blessed day, and I invite you during this holiday season to get still, connect with yourself, and perhaps write up a prayer, thank you, Great Spirit, and what you're grateful for. And then the second part is what you're praying for, and calling that in and offering gratitude always to whatever feels right and inspired in the moment. Thank you all for being here. Much love to you all, and have a blessed day. May you know that you're not alone during these times.